They're investments. The person is fake. They're a public figure trying to sell you the opportunity to get rich. I'm here presenting maybe a difference, right? And a couple of resources that I use, my wife and I both like, as we're on this path, right? We're on this path to build wealth so we can live our author of your own story lifestyle now, but then later on we can leave a legacy and really give of our gifts and give to people that just are less fortunate. So one resource that I'm going to recommend and throw out there is The Millionaire Next Door. I think this book is really good because it takes away that mystery, right, of the neighbor next door down the street who's got the brand new cars and all the fancy toys. Come to find out they're actually bankrupt or broke, right? Where the actual person driving the Ford Taurus, nothing wrong with that, but 5-10-year-old car might actually be a millionaire. So a great book. I also really like, if you're at this base stage, Dave Ramsey. I think he has a lot to add to the conversation, and my wife and I still listen to him, even though we fully understand his methodology, just to stay in the conversation, right? So it keeps us the common language and we can really talk about it. So I recommend checking Dave out. It's got a Christian slant to it, and I don't say that as a negative thing, but if you're not a Christian, give or take whatever you want. We just like the talk, the tone. I really recommend his Millionaire Hour, right? He's got a couple episodes where he talks to millionaires and, hey, how did you do it? And it's exactly what I'm telling you. It's exactly what my clients have done. I have a couple clients that inherited a lot of money, and that's great for them. But most of my clients actually worked from the bottom to the top. And the way they did that is really by being frugal, really frugal. And frugal just means being smart with your money. That's all it really means. So it's not a negative term in my eyes. So those are two resources you can do. And yes, Dave Ramsey, if you look at his baby steps, is what he calls it. Mathematically paying off your debt in his methodology, doesn't work, right? He says that, like, the math doesn't work, because obviously I think you pay off the highest interest. But he's saying something that rings true to me in my practice, which he's saying, look, I've worked with thousands of people. I just know this works. And paying off the highest interest first for most people doesn't. And even though it's counterintuitive, he knows the math doesn't work, but he's saying this process works. And I know coaching, both in the fitness field and moving on to coaching business owners, I've worked with literally tens of thousands of people through those fields. And most all of the ones I've worked in the fitness are all business owners. And I can tell you that there's certain methodologies that you need to employ in order to get to your outcome. They're not always the logical ones. The path isn't always linear to get there. So check them out, see what you think. And then if you're looking for some more advanced opportunities of financial education, there's tons of resources. This is a quest that I've been on for years, and I'm fortunate enough to have some great friends who are amazing at this. So thank you for listening and always offering me advice. But if you guys have looking for other resources, I'm by no means a financial expert or advisor, but I want to give you kind of a realistic look at how people really do it, not this fake shiny object syndrome. It also gets me to thinking, where else in my 5 to Thrive am I chasing a unicorn, kind of a fake path, so to speak? And really, maybe I want to narrow down and say, hey, what is the basics? Who is the expert that knows the path to success? And this is why I always have a coach and mentor in my corner. It's like having a boxing coach in your corner, always telling you what you need to be doing, even though you think you might know, but they can see you better. So if you can't, get a coach, obviously books are a great way. Audible is something that I always employ. But I encourage you, one, grab your 5 to Thrive and look at that and say, hey, where am I 5 to Thrive? Am I possibly trying to take the path of the get rich quick, right? Where am I taking drugs for dieting, right? Or muscle gaining when I really shouldn't be, or somebody's selling this thing. We see it all the time in fitness, and I've been in that world for so long, where people are selling a workout and a diet regimen, but they don't tell you that they're on steroids, clenbuterol. They're doing all these things to their body and poisoning themselves. And it's very short term, but they don't tell you that part. Or, in the areas of business, I see this all the time, these kind of, straw man type businesses that, when I get a chance to look at the financials from an investor standpoint, that's something that I do now, is I invest in businesses through my coaching. It's an equity trade. But when I look in their P&Ls, I'm like, holy smokes, this business is almost bankrupt. And on the outside, though, it looks great. It's polished. It looks amazing. Talk to bankers. If you know any banker friends, you'll see that too. So where else in my 5 to Thrive, and maybe in your 5 to Thrive, are we going after that get rich quick idea rather than looking at the basics and the fundamentals? And let's make a shift. Let's make a power shift at this moment together both of us, and go the right direction so we have more leverage and freedom so we can climb to the author of your own story lifestyle, which I want for you.